I didn't want to go into IS originally. I thought it was super lame. I came to college thinking I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Made my way around Utah State and changed my major about 5 times before I decided, okay, maybe I'll do IS. When COVID hit, I decided that I needed to go into business because everyone, was losing jobs left and right and got really nervous about it. I came to the Huntsman. I took the very first data class and really liked it. And I wasn't even half bad at it. So I think for me, originally, I felt just kind of like, another student at the Huntsman, just another drop in the bucket. But as I started going through the program, there were more and more doors that were starting to present themselves because of the relationships that I started to build with the faculty and mentors at the Huntsman. They're all super fantastic and have been some of my biggest supporters and advocates. I would say my turning point from the drop in the bucket to someone who was willing and maybe brave enough to actually do something. For the IS department, one of our requirements was an internship. And as a sophomore, I was stressing about it. It didn't need to be stressing about it, but I'm a stressor, so we were stressing about it. And the Analytic Solution Center was just barely starting at this point. And I had applied for a internship position there, and they were like, we actually have these, coding requirements that you should probably have taken before you get put on a project. And me being the eager person I was, had not taken these requirements. But Andy Brim and Chris Corcoran took a chance on me and said, okay, we'll put you on a project. Take one of these classes, concurrently with it so you can still build up that knowledge. But yeah, it gave me an internship the summer after my sophomore year and just kind of let me roll with it. And so since then, I've been on another ASE project, I've done an outside internship, and now have a full-time job. So it worked out, but that was, I would say, the turning point of them providing that door and saying, yeah, we'll help you out. At the time when I was starting, there weren't as many women. The program has grown a lot and more women are coming, but at the time, there were just a few of us. And so being able to network with them and learn and grow through this environment that maybe we weren't as sure about ourselves or very outnumbered, kind of gave me the confidence to do more things. And with the faculty, like I mentioned, they just started presenting a lot of doors. Coming in to the Huntsman, I said, okay, I'll probably either go into marketing or business admin. Those are the 2 majors in the Huntsman that are more women. And so I was like, oh, that's where I belong, right? That's the kind of majors that the women in the business school go to. And then, I took my IS class and I was like, okay, I really like this. I'm kind of good at it. Could I even do it though? This is a man's major. And so I think going through that, I was able to meet with some of our amazing female professors and have them as role models, be okay, I see them in this role. I could now see myself in that role. And that was even similar when going through the interview process for my job now. They had female managers who were doing in the interview process. And so again, it's okay, I can see someone like me in this role. I can do this, it's possible. And so I think having students to look up to, maybe as a freshman and as a sophomore, being okay, I can see these juniors and seniors who are getting internships at these really cool places, who have networked and who have been through the major. It's possible. And they're my age, they're not that far along to where you can't relate to them. Like I said, being in a male-dominated field, there was a lack of space for our female students. So I want to say about a year ago, I went up to Chris Corcoran, he's the department head of the IS department, and said, hey, we need a space for our female students. I have been in classes where I was the only girl, and I have been in classes where there were 4 girls, and that was we did it. We have 4 girls, this is awesome. And those classes where there were multiple of us, we would work on our assignments together, we would learn together, grow together, and it was but I know that there's more than the 4 of us, right? I know for a fact there are more. So I went up to Chris Corcoran and I said, we need this space. We need something for our female students. And that's where Women in Tech came from. So Women in Tech is the club organization through the Data Analytics and Information Systems Department for our female students. And so with the club, we bring in company partners. So we meet with people in the industry, we go visit them, we just network, grow together, and that's kind of an opportunity that I wish I would have had as a younger student, that I'm glad there's now the space that is growing for those students. I think I realized that there were things that I realized that I was given opportunities, and I then wanted to almost like pay it forward, like make more opportunities, and maybe even opportunities that I wish I would have had. Everyone says it, and I'm gonna be cliche, but network. And more importantly, network to find people who will be in your corner. So find mentors, find advocates from all over, and who are going to have different perspectives. And there's always the dare mighty, right? Dare mighty things. And so I think the Huntsman does a great job of like giving you that door. You just have to be the one to say yes and actually open and walk through the door. I'm McKenna Rogers, and I dare mighty things.